The bar's got that swing. Glasses clink, hear the ice cubes sing. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. There's Troy laughing with his gin and a grin, telling stories about where he's been. Boomer's got whiskey, he's loosening his tie. Jacen dreams under a midday sky. The bartender knows us, he's mixing with flair. Every sip's a moment we're happy to share. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for a day. The clock don't matter, we're lost in the vibe. Jazz in the air, feel the soul come alive. From martinis to bourbon, we're riding the wave. Stealing this hour, it's the freedom we crave. The sun's still shining, but we're in our zone. This bar's our shelter, our temporary home. One more round before the world calls us back. Savor the moment, keep the blues in the rack. We'll laugh and we'll toast till the afternoon fades. Memories made in these liquid escapades. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun. Our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon. Chasing that jazz under the high noon.
Va salute and welcome. Happy Thursday. As you guys all know, Thursday is Thankful Thursday. And if you guys have been paying attention, you guys already know what I'm going to be talking about today. What am I most thankful for? You guys all know it. We'll get to that in just a second. But let's start by seeing what Big Al has to say. He says, Happy Thankful Thursday, Liquid Lunchers. Have a great show. And happy birthday to Netter. He's got it. He knows what's going on. Thank you so much, Big Al. It is lunchtime, as Curtis Selby, the Tired Midnight Blogger, points out. Thank you so much. And Mark Melnikoff reiterates the sentiment. Mechpa, it's lunchtime. Here I are, thankful for the rest I got yesterday. Thankful for this group of awesome people to interact with. Share, subscribe, and become a member. Or my thankful mood may change. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yes, please share out the stream. Let's get as many in here as we can. Trying to hit that subscriber number. Good to see you. Geek Flag with Nate Knows says like, share, subscribe, comment, become a member. And if you were going to give a super chat of $5 or more, why not make it a membership instead and make our family grow? Yes, please do. And there's the birthday girl herself, the love of my life, coming to reiterate all of those. Like, share, subscribe, become a member, leave a comment, gift a membership. A Netter's birthday gift a membership. Last call membership drive. That's right. For as little as $2 a month, you can become a member. and support this channel and what we do here. But you will also receive a Monday's members night at the movies, exclusive membership stream every week. This week, the choice is 4 movies that are associated with Christmas, we'll say. I won't actually call them Christmas movies, but they are associated with Christmas. And some of them have really iconic Christmas moments in them. We'll talk more about that on Monday in the membership stream. Of course, gifted memberships are also welcome. We are trying to reach 100 members by the end of the year and 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Subscriptions cost nothing. So please invite your friends, your family, coworkers, enemies. They probably need the messages I put out too. Get them in here and tell them to hit the subscribe button. If they like me enough to stick around. If they don't, I understand. But let's grow this community. Jonathan Conroy says, "Hail all, smash the like button and enjoy the show." Yes, please do. Please do all those wonderful things. I did see that. Film Threat is doing a funeral stream on the 17th for Star Trek. I'm still holding out hope that the new management might be able to resurrect Star Trek the way Star Trek 3 resurrected Spock. I don't know. We'll see. And yes, exactly the sentiment there, Big Al. I agree with you. Connie Cleary, the bird woman of YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Fluff Chick Productions is her channel. Make sure you check that out. And me and my monkey is thankful every day, as you should be. I do mention that from time to time. There's no reason not to be thankful every day. We just set Thursday aside here as a special day to talk about the things that we are thankful for. Mark says, "I am planning on doing an exclusive stream from the waste extraction facility on Rura Pente." I totally understand that. Well, let's get into it. I don't have a stream. I don't have a screen to share. I don't have a big presentation or anything like that. But we are going to focus on the lovely Netter of Netters Network today, who, of course, is not, she might be in the chat, but she is not here on stream because she's busy working. She is holding up the Pacelli household while I try to do all of this for you guys as a full-time thing. She is, without a doubt, the reason that this can happen. And not only that, she is the reason that anything good is in my life. And I'm going to tell you all about that. So Netter and I met in the late summer of gosh, the years run together now. It was 91. It would have been 91 because we got married in 92. So it was still a 19 year. It was 19, not 20 something, and that could very well be before some of you guys were born. So 91, we met at a Star Trek convention. Gosh, those legs. She was wearing this black mini skirt with a next gen top and Captain's pips. And yeah, she's in a meeting right now. I totally understand that. Don't be sorry. You do what you got to do. Just going to talk about you. Your ears will be ringing throughout your meeting. But so she's wearing this mini skirt and the next gen top, long blonde hair, right? She got to be known very quickly at the con as Captain Miniskirt. This was, for those of you that think that conventions and cosplay and all that kind of stuff, was always like in, and you had these girls like Snarky J with tables at cons and signing autographs and selling merch. That was not a thing in the early 90s. In the early 90s, it was still just a bunch of nerds going to conventions, in their costumes. We didn't even have a term cosplay back in the day. But every now and again, you would get, a sexy nerd girl like Netter, and she would attract a whole lot of attention. She was like on the the pioneering end of that whole concept. And I saw her at the convention, and I didn't have the cojones to talk to her. She was also walking around with a big Klingon guy, so I figured they were together, and I didn't really have a shot. But what ended up happening was she ended up joining a Star Trek club that I was very involved with, and through that club, we ended up affiliating with each other. She ended up on my ship. Had a lot of fun, made a lot of great friends, including Mark Melnikoff here, who said, wow, when I met Julie at a con the first time, she was wearing a next-gen uniform with Captain's pips. Yeah, exactly. Definitely chewed some of the same ground. Captain Miniskirt, yes, Captain Miniskirt. I've got pictures. I'll share those someday, or maybe she will. But yeah, she had groupies. She had a bunch of nerds going around, following her all around. You'd call them stans these days, I suppose. But yeah, no, me and my monkeys, absolutely right. Those old school cons were absolutely the best. But just watch the Supergirl trailer. This is going to suck so bad. Yes, you're absolutely right. Speaking of Supergirl, you guys have probably seen the cosplay that Netter has done of Supergirl. She was a great Supergirl. This one is not Supergirl. I'm sorry. And when you got Crypto pissing on a picture of Superman, that's typical James Gunn using the same formula that he used for Guardians of the Galaxy. It's gonna suck, but yeah. Anyway, oh gosh, look, when you lose bright, sunny, positive Big Al, you know you've lost the plot. You've got no chance if you don't have Big Al finding some positive element to it. And I've already seen the bots out there, talking about how, just in case you don't know what's in the comics, and they're showing stuff from Woman of Tomorrow and how it's going to follow that story. And I'm like, that is not a selling point. Modern comics are not a selling point for this crap. Anyway, so Netter and I started dating after she joined the club with me. Went the following week after that convention. We hung out at a cinema in Chicago where the club was doing. We say we were doing volunteer security. It wasn't security because it wasn't really a con. It was just a PR thing for the convention, because they were premiering. Help me out here, guys. 91 would have been Star Trek 6? 5? I can't remember now. But so we were all in there in uniform and so forth. And Netter had been having a hard time. She had just maybe not everybody knows this, but Netter was married for years before she met me. Her divorce had just gone through, and she was, single, hanging out with friends, putting on a happy face, but she was struggling. It was hard. I think a lot of you guys know what it's like going through a divorce and dealing with that. And I mean, I was concerned that I was taking advantage of someone who was on the rebound. It was Star Trek 6. Okay, that came out in 91. Okay. Um, but I don't. I guess I didn't give her enough credit. She knew her mind and she knew what she wanted. I still think she's crazy. You know, looking at my ugly face and thinking it was a good deal, but I'm certainly not gonna balk at that. Um, and yeah, we usually gloss over that about less than 9 months later we were married, but it wasn't an easy road. She had a fight because uh, when I tried introducing her to my mom did not like her, and the reason was because again she had been married before, had two kids, and that didn't sit well with my Italian Catholic mother, and let's just say I think we've, especially in the age of social media, we've come to understand how people make snap judgments without knowing all the facts, and cannot be dissuaded from their biased beliefs. That was my mother, and so it eventually came down to I realized that if I was going to keep seeing Netter and if we were going to get married, uh, we were going to have to elope, and that's what we did. I took the bare minimum, threw him in my car, and left one night. And Netter and I moved in together into an apartment in the city, and were married that weekend. Um, and that was more than 33 years ago. And it wasn't easy to begin with, and I had no contact with my family for three for excuse me, for 10 years after that. Didn't talk to them, didn't associate with them, nothing, until finally my mom finally reached out and apologized. I'm like, okay. Because yeah, this was look, after 10 years it's kind of hard for someone to think they might still be right. you know Obviously 10 years on, happily married, you know you got to make your decisions. So Troy, you were the rebound guy, I guess. So I suppose in a way, Netter says she traded up. I like to think she did. um Nothing wrong with eloping. Yeah, you do what you got to do, right? um Love, true love. It absolutely is. But I here was the other thing and we've talked about this before too. But I think people tend to forget it because you can't see it. Netter's actually not quite 10 years older than me. She's 9 years, 8 9 years, depending on how you look at it. There's a December January birthday thing there that for a little while, it's depending on when you're doing the calculation, it's 9 or 10 years, or 8 or 9 years, depending on when you do the math during the year. But irrelevant. She looks a lot better than I do, so it evens out. And um, but so she and after having been married for over a decade before we met, she already knew how to take care of herself, how to live on her own, how to pay the bills, how all the things that you learn when you move out of your house, and so it made it an easy transition for me. Most of the jobs that I got early in our marriage were directly because she knew somebody or introduced me to somebody or heard of an opportunity through her work. So I am being quite literal when I say that all good things, all success that I have had in life are directly because of Netter. It's absolutely true. And I mean, let's face it, as a 21-year-old kid, I couldn't have made a better choice, right? I mean, first thing you think of as a 21-year-old choosing your wife, she's hot. So, I had that going for me. And then I got lucky that all the other stuff was there too. She had a good head on her shoulders. She had experience. She knew what she was doing. And as I've gained in wisdom, I see that she also has the I'm going to call it, from a Christian standpoint, humility, but also it's a kind of wisdom on her part too, to be open to my leadership, when she sees wisdom on my part, which makes us a good team, which is what I always attribute our 33 years of happiness to. Last night, Netter and I had a wake to go to. Someone on her side of the family. Actually, it was her ex brother-in-law. So, in other words, not an earth-shaking death in the family for us. Still a family obligation. But when you're not that emotionally invested, and you really kind of are doing it just out of social obligation, you can be a little bit more dispassionate as you look around and the gears start turning. And you start to realize what's really important in life. And, it's not seeing your enemies, scatter before you and the lamentations of their women, funny joke, but what really is most important in life. And absolutely, there is zero question. Netter is absolutely what's best in my life and most important. Nothing else would be worth it without her. So what am I thankful for this Thursday? Her birthday. So this is what year is this? 2025. And I forget how the math works, but Netter says that this is her golden birthday. And the year she's born and the current year, I don't know. I don't know, but it's important to her. I don't follow these things. Just like I never remember anniversaries, whether they're paper or gold or silver or bamboo. I don't know birthstones either. I think mine is piss yellow, but I that's just an assumption on my part. But I know it's an important birthday to her, so I'm hoping that we can encourage her. By the way, that reminds me, tonight over on Netter's Network, the Her Thursday show is just going to be a 1 hour birthday celebration of for her. I hope you all can make it, even though that's like 9 hours away. When this stream wraps up, I'm still going to forward you to that stream, just so you can go and you can click on the notify me button. You obviously don't have to sit camped out on that page for 9 hours. That would be silly. Do your other YouTube things that you're going to do throughout the day. Just make sure that you come back. and wish her a happy birthday. Well, I mean, you can also say happy birthday in the chat over there, but I'm not sure it'll stick. I'm not sure it'll still be there in 9 hours. But anyway, you can hit that like button. That should stick. But Mark is saying he had similar issues with his dad, with Julie. She was, wow, I would not have guessed this. She was German and Polish. The comments he made were racist and caustic. The wedding went forward anyway. It was going to happen with or without him. I wish more people would grow up. If you can't stand up to your family with the decision you've made, then you're probably making the wrong decision to begin with. I don't think enough people look at marriage. And this was something I said to Netter when we got married. I said, look, I'm pretty old fashioned. I do this once. And when I say till death do us part, I mean it. That means one of us got to die if you want out of this marriage. 33 years on, neither one of us have died, so we are both still married. But not enough people go into marriages with that lifetime commitment mentality. And if you don't have that, then you don't have, this is absolutely the right choice. No one is going to tell me differently. And anyone else can just piss off, which is basically what I had done with my mom. Sounds like it's what Mark did with his father as well. Troy and Ned are a couple I'm proud to know. More than friends, they are family and honored members of the house. To cool. Absolutely. Thank you very much, my friend. Not meaning to mock it. I love how much you two love each other. Amen. Amen. We try to be a good example. I'm not preaching anything I'm not living, right? Women are like fine wine, just get better with age. Absolutely. But if you don't treat them right, they'll turn to vinegar. That's another bit of wisdom. Unless they bring mother with them. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, true, Troy. I actually took down my train layout in my studio apartment when we first married to make room for her. My sister told her, he must love you. He took down his trains. Exactly right. I can't tell you. I left behind a lifetime of toy collecting. Netter's been kind of helping me regain that collection over time. I basically told my wife the same thing in my vocabulary. There's no such thing as divorce. We do it once and we do it forever until we both are in the ground. God forbid she passes away before me. I will never marry because I only fell in love once. I agree with you. And damn, who would want to be dating these days? I look at what I see on social media and I say, screw this crap. No, I'll no, not doing it. Anyway, I'm going to refill my drink, get those promos going, which includes a promo for tonight. Pay attention to that. And then we'll get back to your comments and more thoughts on the other side. Be right back in just under 3 minutes.
You are watching Liquid Lunch, streaming every weekday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's sip together.
This Thursday night is a very special night on Netter's Network as we celebrate Netter's birthday, and you're all invited. Come wish Netter a very happy birthday and hear what's on her mind after another trip around the sun. This Thursday night at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netter's Network.
This week on Netter's Network Retro Cinema, we'll take a rare glimpse into the relationship between beloved children's author A.A. Milne and his son Christopher Robin, whose toys inspired the magical world of Winnie the Pooh. Domhnall Gleeson and Margot Robbie star in the 2017 biographical drama, Goodbye, Christopher Robin. Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netters Network.
In a world where nearly all the entertainment is remakes, reboots, and rehashes of older properties, maybe it's worth it to get some commentary from people who experienced it all when it was novel and fresh. Catch Boomer and Pacelli on Geeky Geezers every Sunday night at 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
Every Monday night is Members Night at the movies on Last Call. Members enjoy an exclusive watch party just for them, and you can join too for as little as $1.99 a month. This week, the members are choosing a film from 4 non-Christmas films that have some great Christmas moments, and in some cases, iconically so. Members, go vote, and then join us Monday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. And if you're not a member, please consider it. It really helps support what we do here at Last Call. Thanks.
This week on Last Call presents The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. A young woman fears for her life and asks for Holmes's help when her ill-tempered stepfather moves her into the same room where her sister died under mysterious circumstances. Can Holmes save young Miss Helen Stoner from the Speckled Band? Find out this week on Last Call Presents, Tuesday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
We now return to our liquid lunch.
Connie says, I'm kind of glad that I'm single still, especially in today's environment. She corrects herself to say, I mean world. But honestly, Connie, I think both apply. I think both words apply. I don't think you were wrong the first time around. But yeah, I hear you, and absolutely sympathize with anybody who's out there and single. It's got to be tough. I do have to laugh when I see the stupid bots and NPCs on social media try arguing with me by hurling insults, calling me an incel. I'm like, dude, I've been married for 33 years. I'm not an incel. You know, I made my choices and I'm happy with my choices, and you can't upset me with that. You just can't. I have family members who disagree with me marrying my wife because she is blonde, and I didn't know she was blonde and white, and basically told those individuals they could go F their own racist faces. Yeah, exactly. Look, I understand that the majority of people are probably going to marry people similar to themselves. Why? Because that's just how society works. Not that there's any organized segregation or anything like that, but we do tend to run in the same groups of people. But there's also a great deal of amalgamation and assimilation within, or there always has been historically. So sometimes you just fall in love with someone who looks a little bit different from you. And that's just how it is. And especially when people are trying to push, well, love is love and you can't help who you love, trying to justify everything under the sun. Well, then I don't want anyone giving me any grief if my wife has a different skin color or different background or whatever. I don't think that, what do you call it? Family origin or anything like that came into it with my mom, because she wasn't in a position to. She couldn't try to demand that I marry someone who was Italian American. That wasn't going to fly, because she didn't marry someone who was Italian. She married someone who claimed to be Irish, but really was basically just a hick, a hillbilly. But so maybe some Irish in his background. Definitely European. I don't know what kind, but not Italian. But there was a girl that I liked in grade school, and my mom said, no, she's Sicilian. That's not really Italian. Really? So it's not only got to be Italian, it's got to be non-Sicilian? No, forget it. So no, yeah, my mom was in no position to start making aspersions like that, you know. I often think of the Deep Space Nine scene where Martok meets Sorella, and she says, "You haven't died yet," and he says, "By deterioration is proceeding at pace. I shall endeavor to die this year." Oh, that's funny. If I do get married, there are certain criteria. I'm very picky, and you should be, because it is a lifetime commitment. Skin color doesn't matter. I understand. I understand. Um, I do think it's kind of funny. This is Nate. You got my back on this. I'm going to make what could be, by very overly sensitive type people, a racist joke, but I feel like there is this push among uh, white, especially females, and there has been for a long time. I used to poke at my mother about this, that like to go tanning, and they tan themselves so dark. They 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 if they do or say anything that's racist, it's like, wait a minute, aren't you trying to be black? I mean, that's basically what you're doing, right? Because you emulate that. But then you can take that too far. My mom at one time, back when the movie 10 was made Bo Derek popular in her cornrows, my mom went and got cornrows like that. Nowadays, you have people saying that's cultural appropriation. But my point being, skin color changes. Skin color changes. That is not always a permanent aspect. Balkanization is prominent in our culture. There's a market behind it. Well, that is true, but I think that there's more. I think it goes deeper than that. I think left to your own devices, humanity tends to balkanize naturally. Whether that's language, culture, religion, politics, uh, Star Wars versus Star Trek, sports teams. We find every reason in the world to tribalize. I do believe that is part of our genetic makeup. And by that, I mean instinct. Instinct and certain behaviors are genetic. And honestly, it's part of survival. Tribalism served our ancestors, so we kind of can't complain about that too much. But anyway, why? There we go. Yeah, my dad wanted to be controlling. You will marry a Jewish girl and have children, etc. Well, didn't happen and wasn't going to. I made my own choices, which were right for me. Yeah. Well, I think that's the other thing too. A lot of grandparents, or a lot of people want to be grandparents, and they have opinions about what they want their lineage to be like. And they're ignoring the fact that there is societal and environmental forces that we did not know about as we were growing up that have targeted our ability to even have children. The fact that Netter and I haven't had any kids is not, I don't believe, is an accident, despite how well we tried. I will tell you how our Buddhist wedding ceremony went. It's quite a story. My family essentially had a civil war. I can only imagine. Cornrows are not black. The Vikings were wearing them, seeing a single African person, and they don't even wear cornrows in Africa. That's true. That's very true. Cornrows are a very black American thing. And even that is within the past century. It wasn't even common long ago. Because oftentimes, see, I think that I've learned a great deal about hair in general. My dad was a barber. You'd think I'd know more, but to have those cornrows, you have to grow your hair out very, very, very long. And most of the people who do have cornrows with those beads, right, don't actually grow their hair out that long. Those are extensions. They have short hair, and then they weave in a long braid of artificial hair. My mother's cornrows were natural. She had hair down her back, and she went in and she was dumb. She didn't know this. If she'd have thought, she'd have realized it. Hair down her back, right? But when you have it braided like that, it came to just below her collarbone. She's like, wow. And yeah, it's because the long straight becomes like this when you weave it. People tend to prefer homogeneity because the assumption is that the more similarities exist in a community versus dissimilar, the more peaceful the community will be. This isn't true. It's not true, but it's a fair expectation, right? The fact is, you would be more inclined to agree if you have more things in common. The problem is that we do find ways to find differences and, you know, drive the knife into those chinks in the armor, so to speak. Yes, it's true. The opposite isn't true either. The whole idea that opposites attract, that works with magnets, not so much with people. Just think about a family where one parent is staunch conservative and the other one is loopy lefty. You know, that ain't gonna work out well. You know, parents said, long as you are happy, married or not, children or not. I personally had 7 forever kids, 5 birds, a cat, and a rabbit. They were happy about that. There you go. Am I roboting, guys? I'm going to be wrapping it up soon anyway. Best I can do is I'm gonna reboot. So we'll see what happens. Give me just a second. I will reboot the stream. Hold on. Be right back. How's that? Is that better? Give me a sound check. Nothing I can do about it. There's nothing that I did on my end. Let me get a feedback if I'm 5x5 or if I'm still roboting. If I'm roboting, I'm ending the stream because there's nothing else that I can do. Okay. You're getting feedback from your mic. I need more on that because it can't possibly be feedback. I've got the earbud in and there's actually no sound going around. Okay, so I am 5x5. Okay, good. I'm not entirely certain why I keep the earbud in. I do this, you know, when I've got a panel so that I can hear them, but if it's just me and there's no sound, I really don't even need the earbud. I just can't have, you know, sound coming through my mic besides myself. Sure, there's a thing to being equally yoked, but conflict emerges because of human nature. Yes. Not because we don't have the right politics in place. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I mean, you could have everything else, you know, in line. The same plan in life, politics, religion, philosophy, everything. But you just have one person who has a great deal of pride and can't be humble that, you know, he's made mistakes and that the partner might actually be right once or twice. That's going to lead to conflict, right? Welcome, Domicile. Good to see you. I hadn't seen you before. I wasn't ignoring you. I just hadn't seen you before. Voice is a little gravelly. Drank last night? No. I have noticed my voice getting deeper and rougher as time goes by, which I need to work on, because tomorrow night on Last Call, we're having our monthly karaoke stream. So let's see how my voice sounds tomorrow. But no, it's not because of dryness or drinking or anything like that. That usually doesn't affect my voice, and I don't tend to get hungover. If I'm drunk, I slur my words. That's for sure. Okay, so you just joined. That's fair. You're tight with your bud. We get it. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah. And look, there's also something to be said for there's a good kind of conflict, right? Good-natured ribbing between friends, right? Friendly competition. Proverbs say that as iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another. Even friends that you are 100% copacetic with can call you higher, right? Point out when you're not doing your best and help you to be your best. These are good things, right? So pure peace should not ever be the goal. Have you ever wondered what your theme song would sound like being sung by Captain Sisko? Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I would love to have a man called Hawk singing my theme song. No doubt about it. Look at Hawaii. Same language, ethnicity, religion, customs, and they killed each other ruthlessly for centuries on end. Yeah, I don't know too much about the history there. I mean, was it tribal just based on the island they lived on, or where did they draw their boundaries? On the other hand, the Austro-Hungarian Empire was internally peaceful, and there was 16 different language groups minimum. Yeah, I mean, sometimes if there's enough difference, it's like, I don't care what they're doing. Just let them do their thing. Whatever, No conflict, But, yeah, there you go. But yeah, I think I am going to wrap this up. I need to run out and run a few errands, and we will reconvene tonight at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netter's Network, where we will have an official Netter birthday celebration, where I hope you will come and wish her a happy birthday and show her all the love, because believe me, being married to me, she absolutely deserves it. She deserves sainthood, if we're honest. But anyway, I want to thank you guys all so much for coming and hanging out this afternoon and every afternoon for Liquid Lunch. You got to have your lunch, right? May as well come enjoy it with friends. So I want to thank you all. Take care of yourselves. Happy birthday to Netter. Drink responsibly. Stay hydrated. And hope to see you later tonight. Wishing Netter a happy birthday. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon.
So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun, our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon, chasing that jazz under the high noon.